You gonna sit with me? Hi everybody, welcome back to another pen video. Whenever I travel, I love to seek out stationery stores. I love to find the pen shops that might be there, and New York City is like a playground for stationery. Hello everybody. I went to New York City this past weekend and I stopped at a store that a follower had shared with me called Goods for the Study. We visited my son who turned 25. He wanted to go to the East Village for lunch on his birthday. And so that's where we went. And so I hit a Goodwill there for my other channel, did some thrifting, and then I got to this shop. I also am going to be sharing with you an unboxing of this very special pen later in the video. This is a North America limited edition sailor pen, and it is just so beautiful. I can't wait to share it with you. But let's start with this little haul. I ended up getting this pen. I saw it in the case and I just thought it was so unique. There were Esterbrooks in the case, there were sailors, but I knew my pro gear was literally on my front doorstep while I was in New York. They had Kavekos, they had Lamis, they had a great selection of fountain pens, but this one really stood out to me, and it was in the case, and I have never seen this brand before. So it's out of Taiwan. The company is called IWI. This is the Civilization model, I believe, and it says Colosseo right here. I noticed that this pen was carried at Van Ness. I think Pen Realm also carries it, but I'd never heard of this pen or this brand. And so I asked to see it. It was a $65 pen. It's brass. I would compare it to the brass Kaweco. When it's posted, you can see the size is more similar. But I love that it's, hexagon shape. I thought it was a different sort of design, so I was very curious about it. I didn't want to spend a lot of money on a pen because I've been ordering a lot, but I always love to bring something special back from my travels. This is the box that it came in. I already inked it up. I thought the presentation was really nice. They had a couple of different colors. I never hear anybody talk about this brand. So it's just a steel nib. I think it's a Bach nib. Comes with 6 black cartridges, and when I first got it, it was kind of, the cap was packaged separately, and it comes with this little case. Oh, which I haven't even opened yet. Oh, so it comes with a little converter. Nice. And a little pen sleeve. Yeah, I thought the details were really nice with the packaging on this. For $65. I loved, of course, this cafe color. So what I thought was really unique about it is that it does post. If you see the emblem in the back here, it only comes in extra fine, but I would say that it writes like a pretty generous fine. See how it pops up on the back like that? And then it's a really nice pen. It is brass, so it's a little bit heavy. I kind of have been wavering back and forth between using it posted and unposted. I just think the design is impressive, that there's just these tiny little slits in here that this brass top fits in. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know how I've never heard of this brand. It's really nice. And then to change the ink, this whole unit comes off here. I've got an ink on myself, and then you can just put the cartridge in there, and I'm happy that they also included an ink cartridge if I want to swap out the color. I really loved this brown. It's like a soft cocoa brown, almost a little taupey. Anyways, let's see how it writes. It just has the black ink in there. I'll do a quick sample. It's a very smooth writer. This was $64. I wouldn't say that it's back heavy, but it's a little weighted this way. So I could see myself getting tired writing with it posted for a long time. I think it's big enough to write with unposted. So if you look at that same Kaweco, if you compare them unposted, This one is definitely much taller, so I wouldn't feel comfortable writing with this unposted, but this unposted is a really nice size. It's very comfortable. It's kind of warm. This brass is really cold. I think because this is a coated brass, it's much warmer, and I like the facets. I feel like it's very comfortable. Yeah, so it's a really nice writer. I think it's a great durable pocket pen that I could take with me and not worry too much about it. I love the design and look and feel of it. There's the finial here on one side and the design on the back there. And I love that when I put it down like this, it just stays. It's very nice. While I was there, I also picked up this ink, Lee Detail. I've heard a lot about this ink and I've been wanting to try it, but when I got home, I didn't realize that they were all little cartridges. So I actually think that this color would be beautiful in here. Currently, I have just the black cartridge that it came with, so I'll use that for a while, but I definitely want to pop this in to this pen. I think this color combo would be pretty. I also have all of my Kaweco Sports and my Kaweco Student, my Perkio here, and I just used my ultrasonic cleaner and cleaned out a bunch of my pens, and so I think I could put this color in here. I haven't been using this very much, so let's see how this would look. Because I did want to try this ink out. It may take a little while for this ink to fill in, so maybe I will just load it up. This is all clean. Is this gonna work on here? Yeah, there we go. I love that Kaweco takes standard little cartridges. So we'll let that soak in for a bit, and I will show you some of the other things that I picked up. I also recently bought these Private Reserve standard cartridges. They're all empty, and I am just filling them with different inks for my Kaweco Sports, because I just am not a big fan of these cartridge converters. I've also been using them on my Mont Blanc Baby. That package was really inexpensive. I want to say it was like $13 or less. It has 50 cartridges, so I can create my own little cartridges, which is fun. We're gonna see how this works. The other thing that I purchased while I was there, and this is what I inked up my Every Rose Has Its Thorn with. I was a little disappointed because this was in a sale section, and I picked it up, and then when I got on the train ride home and was looking at my receipt, they did not take the discount. So this was a $33 bottle of ink, which I do not need. Whenever I am on the go, I'm a sucker to want to bring things home, and this was a really pretty pinkish brown, so I loved it. And I've never purchased this brand before. It is out of Japan. It is Kiyo no Oto, and let's say this one together, Azu Kliro. It's really pretty. The ink is beautiful. I just dipped this. I'm still going to do the whole unboxing for the fun of it. But let's just see what this looks like, because it's a really pretty color. It's a really beautiful ink. Ooh. I feel like it dries down a little bit lighter. That's pretty dark right here. It's pretty saturated. But I love that it doesn't write super red. This is the Kakamori brass nib. Kayo no Oto. I think is it Euro? I actually thought one of these was an L, but I think they're both I's now that I'm looking at this. I guess it does look a little burgundy here. I'm a sucker for this color. I just bought Private Reserve Black Cherry last week, and I think this is kind of similar. Oh my gosh, I'm crazy. All right, so here's the Black Cherry, and that's that. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to send some samples out because I have so much of this. Let's do a sample on here and see how they compare. I have to say the sample that they put on top of the packaging was much lighter. They had like a little sample taped on here and it was much, much lighter. Yeah, now these look like different inks. We'll see what it looks like when it dries down. But there's the black cherry in this one. I thought it was a nice rose color in store, which was why I picked it up for my Every Rose Has Its Thorn. But it does look very different on different paper. Well, let's see if this came down yet. Let's see. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. Oh, I love this color. Love it. This is beautiful. I love Jayarbon ink. Ligete. Oh, this is a wet ink as well. Wow, that's really nice. Oops. Oh, that's really pretty in here. That's gorgeous. Sometimes cartridges are just so easy. Love this combination. Oh, wow, I'm really happy with this. Reminds me a little of Robert Oster Cafe Crema. This is right in my comfort zone of inks that I like. Yeah, so I have all my little pockets here. Really cute. I really do love this. Let me know in the comments if you've heard of this brand before, if you have it or tried it. I loved the shape of this. So now we have this beauty. I love my Sailor pens. I'm going to show you my tray right here of what I have so far. Before I move on, I also got this, Field Notes of New York City. They're just like little sketchbooks. I bought one for my son, Anthony, and I kept one. You can color the outside, and then you can do little sketches inside. I thought that was a fun little thing to take home with me from New York to go with my pen. So that was a fun little haul. And that was a great store. So here are many of my Japanese pens. So I will focus on the Sailors in the middle. Let's move these over. These are all Sailors. I also have my my other Sailor mini that I've been loving, Zion. I don't think I've even talked too much about this, but I love this. Oh, this is platinum. Let's move this over. These are all my Sailors right here in the center. This is the only Sailor Pro Gear that I have, and it's in a medium nib, and this nib is really juicy. I love it so much. I did, however, want to try a medium fine nib. I know I usually lean towards the more juicy nibs, but when it comes to Sailors, I think I really appreciate the precision of their beautiful 21 karat nibs. This nib right here is 21 karat gold. This is the Winter Rain pen. I love this nib. It's two-toned as well, which is gorgeous. I just love it. These are all Pro Gear Slims. This is the 1911 fifth year of the Shikiori. So these are my traditional Pro Gear Slims right here. I have Christmas Pudding, Line Friends, Autumn Moon, and Sailor Refresh from Yoseka. And then these are my two minis. This is the Sailor Realo, which I have in an extra fine. This is really precise. I wanted to try this. I got this for a great deal on Amazon. I had some gift cards available. I don't reach for that a lot. And then, of course, my Pro Gear. So this is my Sailor collection. I'm going to talk a little bit more in detail about these because I've been using these to write my morning pages. This one is very special because it is a North America exclusive. It is in the Pro Gear size like this, which I definitely favor. Absolutely beautiful. I love the packaging here. Who doesn't sing the song? And they're talking about this pen. I have opened it already, but we're gonna do this for just the fun of the unboxing. Cut the bottom off right here. You can see it's medium fine. Another thing that's really unique about this pen is that it has rose gold hardware, which I absolutely love. And something else that's very special. This is all natural lighting, so I'm happy to showcase this here. You can see the really subtle sparkles. And I feel like this changes color. Sometimes it looks really blue. Other times it looks very milky white with just like a little blue undertone. Sometimes the shimmer is really apparent. Other times you can barely see it. It's just this little chameleon of a pen, and I think it's gorgeous. I also think because it's so neutral, which I love, any ink will look beautiful in here. So I decided to use my new ink, which I had just dipped, and I think it's a really beautiful pairing. So let's just look under here. It's so pretty. This is a North America exclusive sticker of authenticity back here. I'm sure a lot of you have seen these. I just took the sticker off the side. I bought this at Atlas. This is all the information about your fountain pen instructions. Of course, you get 2 cartridges full of black ink and then the cartridge converter. I kind of wish this was white. That seems like it may have been a better choice. I don't like when I can see dark stuff through. But we'll see. We'll see how loud it is inside. I really think like a light color would look beautiful in here. I'm not going to fill it with a ton in case I change my mind. I forgot to show you the nib. Rose gold, medium fine. I mean, it's a very simple pen, and it is definitely on the pricey side. It's one of those pens, I feel like it's a North American exclusive. There are so many in Japan that we're unable to get, or that just cost even more money that I just can't justify. This was definitely pricey. I don't know that I'll be looking for another Sailor anytime soon, because now that I have 2 Pro Gears, I don't think I would want a fine in the Pro Gear. We got some in there. I will definitely be careful not to stain the base of this, just because it is a little bit lighter. Let's do a little writing sample here. I'm gonna sit down. I'm always so happy when I'm filming with natural light because I think it makes such a difference, but so often by the time I sit down to do pen videos, it's evening time. So isn't this just beautiful? I will show you a little comparison. Here is a Pro Gear Slim next to it. This is one of my favorite Pro Gear Slims. So you can see it's thinner and it's slightly shorter. If you look at the Pro Gear Slim, a little bit shorter here, and it's definitely thinner. And then when posted, I love this little brown pen. Lumpy's eating the cardboard box next to me. Here we go. What's nice is these are lighter pens, so I can write with them posted. It's not that much of a difference when they're posted. You see that? But they're just lovely. So these are 3 different types of gold that you can see. Gosh, these almost like 4 different golds, which is really interesting. I've never looked at this. So this is rose gold. I would assume that these were the same. Maybe they are the same. They just look slightly different. That's the more yellow gold. This looks like a little more dull. I don't know if it's just because I've had that longer. And then this is like the champagne gold, which I love. And this was a mistake at Yoseka. If you remember, their first order came in and it wasn't the original design. Their original design had this more yellow gold and a 2-tone nib. And then this came in with the single gold nib, which I wish it was 2-tone because I love 2-tone nibs. But I love the champagne gold. So I opted to keep mine, but you can see all the variation in the color. This is my one and only rose gold Sailor. So I'm very excited. What I love about this is this feels much more of a rose color. It doesn't come through so dark with this nib. I don't know if it's just because it's a medium fine. It really looks like a pretty rose, like mauve-y rose color, which I really love. And so this is Sailor Pro Gear. You can hear that famous Sailor feedback, which I actually love. And I got this in a medium fine. And it is gorgeous. And of course, it has the Kiyo no Oto ink. Yeah, and I do think this is spelled A-D-Z-U-K. It's I-I-R-O with thought it was an L earlier. I've been spelling it wrong. Absolutely beautiful. Look at how this writes. It's so nice. Yeah, I feel like this is much softer, much softer. I think it's a really nice compliment to this. I just want to show you, I'm not sure if my Pro Gear medium nib is inked up. It looks like it may be because it looks a little dirty in here. But this is the medium nib. This is Yoseka Home. Oh yeah, look at how much broader this writes. I feel like the medium is a huge jump from the medium fine. And I think while I love this nib, it's so smooth and beautiful, I wanted something a little bit more precise. When I buy new pens, I tried to have something different, even if it's from the same pen family. And this Sailor Refresh is my only broad nib. Now, I don't know if this is inked up. We'll see. Yes, it is. I have so many pens inked at all times. This is the Pro Gear Slim, and that is broad. And I don't think there's a different feeling with this. Like, this definitely feels a little sharper when I'm writing with it, but I feel that the medium and the broad are kind of similar. So here I will just, for comparison's sake, do every rose, and you really see the difference. Oh well, since we're here, I might as well do, I don't think I have a fine nib, but this Realo, I think is an extra fine. Is it extra fine? This one is like tiny, but it's still so smooth. Isn't this unbelievable? And this is either a fine or an extra fine. So there are the differences. And I'm just so thrilled to have this beautiful pen. It's very neutral to me. Like right now it's feeling more milky white, like when I put it next to this. If I put it next to the Sailor Refresh, which I just had in my hand, this is a definite blue. And then this definitely pulls more of like the purpley colors, and this is more like turquoise. But I love that like milky look. That's like one of my favorite things with Sailor. I think they achieve that look so beautifully. If I put the purple there, you can see all the beautiful subtle differences in this material. And it's just beautiful. And this one has the double band. These have the solid band. There are always little differences, like this is that milky color. These are all transparent. Just absolutely gorgeous. I love my Sailors. So there it is. Every rose has its thorn. I love this pen, and I love the message too, because I think that no matter how beautiful things are, there's always struggles within things. That's what I think of when I look at this pen. Not to be cheesy or anything, but every rose has its thorn. It's the truth. I think there's beauty in everything, but not anything is perfect. But I feel very fortunate to have this beautiful pen. I love it so much, with this beautiful ink to complement it. Very beautiful. To recap all of my goodies, I got my little field notes. This is the larger size field notes. And I bought this beautiful pen, this brass pen from NYC, a company out of Taiwan. It's got an extra fine nib. I got my Every Rose Has Its Thorn. I have this beautiful new ink. And then I even got my little Urban Lee Detail ink that I put in my Kaweco that I love so much. That is all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. This was a very special shop. They do have a second location. I don't know if it's bigger or smaller or what. They had everything you need for fountain pens. I loved that they had so many cartridge options at the front of the store. They did have bottles of ink. You saw that I did buy one, but I love my little Lee Detail cartridges. That was a little surprise. I thought it was going to be a little bottle inside of there. The little cartridges are fantastic, and it looks great in that Kaweco. So I'm so happy with that color. Gonna add that to my list of favorite brown inks. Now that I have the Sailor nib everywhere from either extra fine or fine all the way up to broad, I have the Realo, I have the Sailor minis, I have Pro Gear Slims, I have two Pro Gears that I absolutely love. I have a 1911, that's a special edition. I feel so at peace and happy with my Sailor collection. I really, really, really really wanted a Pro Gear in the medium fine nib, and I couldn't ask for a more beautiful one. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to subscribe. I'll be back soon with a new video. Take care. Bye. Mwah.